It's Jack and Greg again from Good Bodies, and we're going to be starting our series on basic mobility drills that most everybody can benefit from. Our first movement is called a windmill, and this is going to work specifically on something we call thoracic mobility. It's a concept that's very important in fitness training, a lot of carryover to daily activity, to sports. If you're a person that sits a lot, you're going to have restricted thoracic mobility. If you're someone that's done a lot of traditional weight training with these type of movements, push-pulls, both arms, same time, you're probably pretty locked up in your thoracic spine. So it's a good bet for you to work on mobility there. So to execute the exercise, we've got Greg down here not taking a nap. He's in the correct starting position for the windmill. So what we've got here is we're using a foam roller. His knee and hip is bent 90 degrees. He's clamping down on the roller. That's very important because we're trying to keep his lumbar spine neutral. A lot of people who lack thoracic mobility will try to make up for it, compensate by rotating through the low back, which we don't want. That's a faulty pattern. So we've got that secure. We've got his head propped up about maybe 4 or 5 inches, just so his head is in line with the floor and he's not dropping in and kinking his neck. So for most people, pretty good starting position. So from here, what we're going to want to do, sometimes we'll come back over here and we'll put a foot back here just to sense if they're starting to move the low back. But Greg's going to take a breath in through his nose, and as he starts to exhale, he's going to start to create the windmill, taking his right arm back, following with his eyes. So notice that he's looking at his hand throughout. He's going to hit the wall about there. I start to feel that low back want to move a little bit. Then he's going to breathe in and go back over. So you want to feel the rotation starting through the top of the head and kind of just corkscrewing, like twisting a towel, right down through the middle back. You're trying to just let that range gradually open up. You're not trying to get too much at once. More is not better. You want correct movement. You want correct rotation occurring in your upper and middle back. Always sensing to make sure that you're stable and still down here. So good to do 10, 12 repetitions to each side, gradually letting things open up, and of course exhaling. And then the last rep, probably stopping and holding, and then taking a series, probably 3, 4, 5 deep breaths in. Each time you breathe in, as you release, you want to completely relax and see if that shoulder wants to drop down just a little further. But again, you're going to find that range increases as you do this. Again, not trying to force the movement, but gradually letting things open up.